Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today is my prep day for my live that I had back on July 20th, which is my future but your past. So I'm doing them two different ways, but I'm keeping the floral theme. These are the deep coaster molds from Let's Resin. They come in a set of two. You get the square and you get the circle. Today, these are going to be completely different, which I did back on July 20th. You can go back and watch that. It's on my channel. So they're completely different, but they're still floral. These, I'm going in a different direction with different colors and a different feel. So we're going to do these as a prep today to make sure everything I'm doing is okay for the live coming up in my future. Like I said, it gets very confusing. I pulled out these, which I got at Michael's, and it's called Crushed Glass Decorative Filler. So these came in the floral department, and they're iridescent. They're opal color, my favorite colors of all time. I've had these for ages. I got these at Hobby Lobby. These are in the paper studio section. They're paper flowers, glittery flowers. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't used them. It's time to use them. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm grouping them, as you can see, in three. I wanted to make sure they would fit underneath. So I grabbed like a long stick and I just kind of made sure that they weren't going to be over the top, and they're going to be fine. But I wanted the bottoms to be, I didn't want them to just be clear with a couple flowers thrown in. I wanted the bottoms to be pretty. So I went back and forth with a couple different ways I was going to do it. I just want to make it simple so everybody can do it and not get too complicated. So I'm going to put this on the bottom of my coasters. Actually, I'm going to do that right now because I can mix the resin in right inside of here and not guess how much filler that I need. However, I wonder if the flowers, I might have to go a different direction now that I'm talking out loud and trying this. I don't want the flowers to be coming up above that line, which they very well could be, or I'll have to leave them out of the centers where the flowers are going to go. Yeah, that's a little too high. So let's rearrange my plan here. Maybe we'll just do around the edges. I know I want to use these, but I wanted them to be like a complete bottom, but I don't think that's going to happen with these particular flowers. Now, if you use pressed flowers, obviously everything would fit. But what's the point in using pressed flowers when we have a deep coaster mold and I want to use something different? So that's kind of cute. I could do that. What do you guys think? I wish you were actually live right now. So yeah, let's just place all of this in, I kind of wanted I only had 3 of the blue. So I might have to put these back in, then fill them, then pull them out. I have had these for a couple of years, just waiting for the perfect opportunity. And I hope today is that day. This isn't the right. How did I end up with 2? Oh. I think this goes with this one. I need to take some out of here. Let me rearrange all this. I know it's going to get boring. Let me get it just the way I want it. I'm going to use 4-hour fast cure for the bottom. Let it get really set up. And then all we have to do is top coat. Like I said, I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible so everybody can do this and not get too complicated for a live. So I'll be right back.
Explode in a radiant haze, crafting a masterpiece that's gonna amaze. Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky.
I mixed up 5 ounces, 4-hour fast cure. I did run it through the debubbler, or the vacuum chamber, I should say. But I don't know that I needed to. I'm just going to pour, well, I need a whole layer on the bottom, but not too much. And then I'm going to probably add a bunch more rock in here once I have my flowers set. Well, I know this is probably completely different than what my live was, but I do that on purpose. I try to keep the same theme. Oh gosh, I mixed up way too much. I try to keep the same theme because most of you watch the live and the prep, and I don't want you to have to watch the same thing twice. So I'm just trying to keep the same theme, but give you different ideas, if you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna mix this in. Like I said, I figured 1 ounce for each, plus a little extra just in case. So that's why I did 5 ounces. And I'm hoping we can see the pearlescence through the resin, because I know clear disappears in clear. And, but the pearlescence should stay. That's my plan anyway. I'm just kind of tapping, mixing. I mean, it'll stay. It's not going to go anywhere, but I want the bottom to be nice and flat and not be like bumpy because some rock is sticking out. You know what I mean? And then I think what I'm going to do, set the flowers. I've never done this before, obviously, not this way. So I'm learning as I go, figuring it out as I go, hoping it works. I'll set the flowers, and then I'm going to see, some of these are dry. Well, I just put them in there, that's why, but you don't want them dry on the bottom. Once the flowers are set, I can kind of sprinkle more rock around them, but I need those flowers to sit on the bottom so they don't stick out of my resin. Yeah, I have, like, maybe I'll use it for that butterfly I pulled out. You know what? I think I'm going to do that right now. Let's tint the butterfly. I only need purple. 1 more butterfly, and I'm going to try not to create any bubbles. I didn't really want to make it in Fast Cure, but I have it. So maybe we will use it. That should be good, right? Since I hope I have at least 2, because I just colored it purple. Oh yeah, I have 3. Okay, so I have too much now. Awesome. All right, let's just pour this. I don't care if that gets set up or anything. That's the least of my worries, because we want it to be pretty thick anyway, so the flowers don't float. Let's hope this one doesn't get any bubbles in it. I don't think you'll see them through the facets, even if a few did decide to come. And we'll do something with this extra. Okay, so we got the last butterfly poured today. We'll have the whole set done. Let's do something with this while this, I'm just going to let this sit. I'll let this be last because I'm not too worried about it. So this is 4-hour Fast Cure, so I do want to pour that into something. I kind of want to try my marbling in something with the Fast Cure. I don't see why it wouldn't work, but I want to put a mica powder in here. Let me find a mica. You know what? Let's just do my crystal white with that. With this, I'm going to have to stir it in though. And we'll have a pale purple. It's already getting warm. We'll have a pale purple, and then what color can I drip in here? Deep purple, maybe? I gotta find a mold, though. Let's do, let me find one. I just received this one in Happy Mail yesterday. So let's do, this is dark indigo. I'm gonna drip it all over the mold. Yes, it's gonna stain, but that's okay. Not a big deal. And then we're going to pour this in. Hopefully it'll get into all those nooks and crannies. And see how this is going to look in this mold, doing the drip the drip, what do you call, I don't even know. I don't have a name for it. I don't even know if anybody else has ever done this. The drip mica powder pour. How's that? I'm gonna kind of do that because it's a rose. We'll do another couple drips. We'll do one there. And fill it up. Look at that. Perfect amount, almost. We can get a couple of cabochons out of this. Let's see how those look. Let's move that out of the way. And let me grab the cabochons. All right, let's do, you know what? I want to get a metallic in here. Let me find a metallic over here in just a second. I should have been ready. Purple and, I don't know. I have gold, purple and gold. Let's try this. Let's do it in a little bit bigger one to see if it'll, one drop, which is a big drop. One of those, and I'm going to need to scrape. I'm going to kind of mix it. We're probably not going to see this base color at all. I think I better just try purple because I think the gold totally is going to take over. Let's try this. Yeah. Do a more controlled pour. I think we only needed one drop. See, this is why I like to practice with my extras, because it doesn't really matter what happens. So let's try a one dropper right there in the center. That might be the key, especially because it's such a deep color. And now let's see, I only got a tiny little bit left. We'll just do one in there, one more. Oh, I might have a couple more small ones. Do that one. And we'll do a little one next to it. And that cup is scraped. Perfect. Drop in there. Get you all domed. All right, so there's that. I don't know how much this holds. For the first time in a long time, there's no number about ounces. I just want to clean this off since I'm finished with it. There are no ounce marks on here, so I'm going to have to guess when I fill it up, which kind of stinks, but that's life. Let me just move these, and then we'll place our flowers and put, let me just get everybody situated here. All right, let's place our flowers in the center here. Make sure that they're not going to be above, otherwise we will be top coating a little higher than I wanted to. That is like just under. I probably can flatten them a little bit. It is paper. Now, I have to say, disclaimer, this paper could just change color. So don't go running out ordering it until we see the end. Because the paper may very well change color. I didn't seal it or anything, which I guess you can. Didn't even think about it until this very second. But yeah, I hope it doesn't, because they're very pretty the way they are. Let's press that one down. I don't even know if I need much more. Let's see how we doing here. These should be good. Ooh, that one's close. All right, that's cool. So what I'm going to do is just take these and fill in all my little gaps because I really wanted the whole thing done. I'm not even, I know you're not going to believe this, and no, I'm not sick. I'm not trying to rush. I am not putting crushed crystal in these because that's going to take away from the glitter that is already on those flowers. And I don't want to do that. I want the flower glitter. I don't even care if these are under the resin at this point. I just kind of want them to be filled in. And then once this is tacky enough where it's not going to matter, we could probably do these entire coasters in 4-hour fast cure. I'm just going to pop them down in there. I think they're so cute. Not cute. I mean, that's not the right word. I think they're very pretty. Soft pretty. I love them. I love opal. I don't know why I love opal so much, but I do. Keep that flat. So what I'm waiting for is I don't want to pour too soon because, I mean, yes, the rock will stay at the bottom because it's heavy. The flowers will not stay at the bottom. Those would float. So that's why you have to do these kind of things in 2 pours. So once it's cured, I think that's good. I think I got it all. Once it's cured, that's when we can pour, and that way they won't float to the surface and come popping out of your resin and make all kinds of problems. So that's it for now. Check out the comment of the day. See you in a sec. I mixed up 12 more ounces. This is cured, ready to go. So now is the moment of truth. No crushed crystal, just clear resin. And I hope these flowers don't change colors. I already see the blue one changing a little darker. Oh, I hope I just didn't mess up 4 coasters. Trying to do it slow so I don't incorporate bubbles. I don't even care if they change color, but as long as they stay white, blue, and pink, that will be the key. See how dark that blue one got? That's okay. I don't mind that. Now I just hope I can fill them completely up and cover everything. I might need more than 12. I'm not sure. Is that one full? No. I need to dome them. When you're working face up like this, you definitely want to dome these. Then you will avoid a lot of the trimming around those edges. So the pink's obviously going to get darker too, which I'm okay with that color. I really do need to go in there. There's some bubbles underneath those petals. Go pick those bubbles out. I wonder how much these are going to hold. I probably need another, I don't know. Oh, I need to dome that one. I thought it was domed. I'm at eye level now, and it's not. So make sure you're at eye level when you're doing these. This one needs some more. Whoop, it's domed now. Well, I probably should have picked those bubbles out first. Now I'm at 3 ounces. So yeah, I'm going to need another 4 ounces. So they're going to take like 4 each. I bet these hold 5 each total. Let me get these bubbles out of here. There's one under there. And pop these bubbles as they rise, because they're going to get, when you use flowers like this, or any even dried flowers or anything, they're going to continue to rise for a while. See it coming out of all those little areas. I think that's a bubble under there that's going to escape. Yep. Try to get all those bubbles out. So I probably only have enough for one more, and then I got to make 4 more. So I'm going to let this one, let me go eye level to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to need, this one needs some more too. So maybe I'll make up 6 and have a little bit extra because I don't want to have to do it twice. And I definitely want them domed, and I do not mind having extra left over to play with. All right, so let me make up 6 more ounces. I'm going to keep popping bubbles. As we go. So that one's still sticking out a little bit. Look at this. Oh, they're going to be pretty though. You could still see the rock. I love them. All right. I'm just going to let that do its thing. Grab some more resin and finish. So for the last 10 minutes when I've been popping these bubbles, I've been popping bubbles for the last 10 minutes while I've been mixing and vacuum chambering. They just keep coming up and coming up. So I have 6 more ounces. There should be some left over. But I was like dislodging bubbles and see they're still coming up right there. I'm like going to be babysitting these for quite some time to avoid top coating them because they're already thick enough. They are the deep coaster set, so they are thicker than a normal coaster. So I definitely don't want any surprises at the very end when I walk away. But I'm not going to say it isn't going to happen because it very well could. Let me see if I can dislodge any bubbles in here right now before it gets too high. I don't mind the color it turned. It's actually kind of pretty to be dark, but oh gosh, is that one going to bleed into that one? That's another thing I didn't think about. I mean, I did think about it, but I forgot about it too, that the colors, depending on what you're using, because it is paper, can bleed the color. See, these keep coming up. I just want to make sure I get them before it starts getting too tacky and I can't. All right, let's go all the way up. Like that. And then this one. Wow, these take a lot more resin than I thought they would. It's still not done. I know it looks full. It's like, where is it going? Because I don't see it rising. This one can use a little bit more. This one can use a little bit more. Let's see what we got here. Trying to keep it off the edges. See, that one up there keeps going over. Did I just add more because I took some out? That's why. Trying to keep it from over, because then you'll really have to trim, and it's harder to get rid of that kind of trim mark when it over pours. How am I doing here? Get all these bubbles to rise. Get all the lint out of here. There's stuff coming up from the flowers, like glitter pieces, little pieces of lint from the paper flowers. This one I sprayed alcohol on top. And now I got to get rid of that little alcohol swirl you sometimes get. Oh, that one. I think I cooked it too long when I was burning it with the lighter. There we go. How are we doing? It's these centers that you got to get all the resin in there so they could stop bubbling quickly. Let's just poke down in there and let it fill in. See, they're still coming out. Check these. Yeah, there's air down in there. Come on, rise to the surface now. And I always say, you know, with flowers and things, bubbles, flowers and like beach scenes, bubbles are not a horrible thing. But of course, if you don't want them, you don't want them. All right, what do I have left? I have 1 ounce left. Let's play around. Let's just add some more into the cabochons. I'm going to add a mica color into here, and let's play with some inks. I put Aquatica in the rest, which is Dianca Pores. It's a beautiful color. Look at that. I'm going to pull out Evergreen and Black. Oh, and I'm going to pop these bubbles more than anything. Keep them popped. Something in there. Before I worry about extras, I'm more worried about these. That must be something floating. Okay. See those bubbles? Oh my gosh. All right, let's play with this and see what green, dark green and Aquatica will look like together. And maybe black. So let's do a black dot there and green everywhere else. And I won't really remember what I do until I unmold it and watch it on video. So let's do, oh gosh, some of these are not clean. Let's do Evergreen. I hope these colors go well together. I don't see why they wouldn't. Kind of like, oops, too much in there. Like an ombre. Oh man, I knew that was going to happen. With an ombre done marble style. That's what I'm going to go for. Come on. Let's try that again with black. Let's do a black up here. And then pour the Aquatica. And see if it'll blend. Try not to over pour. Let's do a green and a black. Green. Oh man, I guess I'm pouring that one too. And a black. I don't know what that's going to look like. That's the fun of it. I'll just pour that one. Let's do, well, that one's got some resin in there. Plus it's got something else in here. Come on. Pop, my friends, pop. Try to keep you guys clear as possible. Let's do green. All you green lovers out there, today's your day to see what these colors look like. Let's do, well, this one's got some green in there already. Whoop. I still got a lot of resin left in here. Let me see if I could find another mold. Let's see if I can get this half full, maybe. I'm not sure. So we're going to do, I guess we're doing a green flower. Whoops. Just drip some in here and see what we get. Get that all up in there. Oh, we can fill it. I don't think I need any more green. I don't think it's really going to do anything to the front of it. So where's my spatula? Did I put it away? You know what? I don't even think that I need it any thicker than that. So what's the point? So let's just do a couple more cabochons and call it a day. Green. Because it's a soap mold. So we don't need it thick. Actually, it probably could have been thinner and made a magnet out of it or something. And then one more. Let's just do a plain old Aquatica because it's gorgeous on its own. Let's do, this one's got some shimmer on it. Let's do that one. Pull that shimmer out of the mold as it cures, and then we'll add the shimmer right to the Aquatica. There we go. I'm just going to sit here and babysit again for a while until it gets too thick. Until it gets too thick for me to pop bubbles. Then I have no choice but to walk away. All right. I think that is it. See you in a sec. Okay, it's time to unmold, but before that, I may have a solution every single one of you have been looking for, because I have been. And look at this. I wrote the numbers with pen on my silicone mold yesterday. Took the glue, the super glue, the silicone glue, put it over the numbers because she said that will cover your numbers and they won't come off. And look at this. It is sealed in there. I mean, you could probably pick it off, but it is on there and it probably will not come off. So there is a suggestion if you want to write on your silicone mold. All I did was cover it with the super glue for silicone, and then I set it aside until today. So I don't know how long it actually took to dry. I just let it do its thing overnight, and that's what we got. So there's one way to keep your numbers on your silicone mold. Yay! That is awesome. We've all been looking for that forever. Anyway, here is the pendants that I had so nicely displayed for you. These are the ones with evergreen in them. And this one had nothing in it. These have either evergreen and black or just black. So those came out really pretty. I love that one. This is the gold, and what color was this? I don't even remember what color I put in there. Blue? Purple? This was the purple? Was that purple? Purple turned to blue? Oh, because of the white maybe? I don't know. Whatever it did, it turned to blue because I didn't remember pouring blue today. So this must be my purple mixed with the mica, because normally that purple stays purple, but it's more of a purpley blue. Anyway, they're pretty nonetheless. So those were those. I was just putting the bales on while I was waiting for everything to cool down. Let's get these out and see what we got. This was the evergreen. Oh, that's pretty. I mean, it's got bubbles in it, but that's because I stirred all my mica in, but that's okay. That makes a nice little magnet. How cute. Just gotta trim that because we didn't fill it all the way up. That looks nice. I might tip those petal edges. And then let's see this one. So this was purple. Ooh, that's pretty. It's almost like, oh wait, was this indigo? This was dark indigo. That's right. That's what it was. That's really nice though. That came out pretty good. A little bit of glitter glue, a little bit of gilding paint maybe. I don't know. So those are cute. Let me see. Is this ready to come out? I'm just trying to cool it down. And this is the last one of the series. So she will be happy to hear from me, I bet. They're finally done. It took quite a while. And there is our purple one. So let me grab them all. Here we got clear, and then the red and the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, and now the purple. So there you go, the whole rainbow wrapped up in one. So I will let her know they're ready. I just need to trim this one. See, because this is purple. That stayed purple like it always does. So that deep indigo is actually a bluey purple. Interesting. I need to trim that. I need to trim that, trim that. Okay, before I forget. So I was babysitting and babysitting and babysitting until I could no longer babysit. And let me just wipe these with a little alcohol. 2 of them have one teeny tiny bubble that surfaced, but it was too thick to do anything about, so I just let it be. And you can't even tell unless I told you. So here they are. Let me see. Oh, you can't see with white. You can actually see better without anything in the back. Can you see? Oh, you know what? If you put a black background, you could see them. I wonder what cork would look like. So the blue definitely changed color. Or was that pink? Yeah, oh, that was pink. That wasn't blue. What am I talking about? But the blue did change color. So be careful with your papers. I mean, it's pretty and it's a little transparent. The white and the pink stayed pretty nicely. Oh man, I got a little over pour, which I don't like to have. I might, now I got to do something to fix that edge. Great. So there's that. They're all the same, obviously. Here's the backs. So they're pretty. I just wish, see how that one stayed so pretty? Those 2 went transparent, but what are you going to do? I've been wanting to do these forever, so I finally did them, and now I know. So I'm going to take a, let me move this, a nail file. And I just want to knock that edge down. I don't want to use the sander. I want to go at an angle so you're not going to see the sanding. And then you can take Resin Restore, of course, if you have it, and go over that edge. But I was thinking about edging them with something, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. I'm going to have to play around with it before I make my final decision. But I do want to knock that edge down. Now, if you want to top coat them, I would leave that edge on. So they did shrink back enough, probably because it was 4-hour fast cure and they were pretty thick for 4 hours. So they cured a little quicker. So that made them shrink up on the edges like that a little bit more than I wanted to, because I know I domed these. But they are pretty. They're very dainty, even though they're nice and thick, and you could see the 3 dimensions in there. See, when the bubbles started rising and then they wouldn't surface, that's when I knew I was done babysitting, because there was nothing else I could do. But they don't look too bad at all. I kind of like them. Let me get these trimmed. I don't know if I'm going to do anything or not. I'll play around with it, but I'll let you know either way. Well, I wasn't going to do much, and then I ended up doing everything. So for this one, I took gilding paint, went around those edges, brought out those little edges. This one, I took glitter glue. This one came in Happy Mail. It's like super sparkle, it says. Super hold, but it's iridescent colors in there. So I did that around the edges. Now, if you want to seal this in forever, and it doesn't want, right now, if you wash this in the sink, it would come off. And you can get it all off if you don't like it. But if you like it and you want it, save it, then just spray seal it. And then that'll make this mold shiny. Well, not the mold, obviously. The piece shiny because it was a matte mold. But those are the options for glitter glue. And then these, I took iridescent stones. Hopefully you could see the shine on them to match the iridescent stones in there. I do this a lot on coasters because resin coasters clearly are not going to hold the liquid that comes off of your cup when it's sweating. So I do rhinestones a lot, but I don't do coasters very often. But a lot of times when I do them, I will put stones around the edge to match. So I just did the same stone on all 4 of them. And that took me quite some time, but they sparkle in all the same beautiful colors. as the stones on the inside. Now, if you wanted the bottom to be a different color and you don't want to put another layer of resin on there to make them thicker, you can do that with spray paint too. So just tape everything up, spray paint the bottom, and maybe seal that in. And then you'll have that. But I think I'm going to leave them clear. I like them like this. Anyway, I will see you. If you saw them, you probably already saw, if you saw the live on the 20th, you already saw the reveal. So now you know how I made them. All right, guys, I'm going to get you some pictures. Thanks for joining me today. And maybe we'll get to some orders tomorrow. Let's see what I come up with. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Ooh, 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 ooh. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings. A masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining